Eva Trades.
Welcome to Eva Trades. My name is Josh, and it is Monday. Let's go check out what's going on in the market today. And happy Monday. I won't be here tomorrow, so taking one day off this week to go see my doctor. Anyways, so this morning we have a few stocks on the gap scanner, and we'll just get right into it. So FEMY is the one from Friday, which Friday FEMY made some really nice moves. And I was sad that I had to leave early and I missed it complete. Well, no, I made $200 on it, but after that I missed everything else, and it was good. A little choppy though. We'll go over that in a second. That's my leading pick this morning. I'm already up $60 on it. Traded it pre-market. MNTS is our next leading gapper, and these stocks that I'm looking at here on the gap scan on this Trade Ideas scanner are stocks that have high volume and a low float, gapping up on news. And so today we don't have a lot of good gappers. FEMY is a continuation play from last week. It's only up 24%. Our next leading gapper is really light on volume. It's MNTS, and only up 8%. So not a very big gap type of day, although MNTS did make some moves on Friday. Of course, the market itself, I think, to start the day was making moves. But let's, I just want to see real quick, what was the volume like? So the volume came in at around 930. It wasn't bad, but for a cheaper stock, it was a little bit light. So I think for now, I'm going to pass on it. Maybe. It doesn't have news. Probably had news on Friday. Mara, I don't really trade, has a very large float. So I'm going to pass on that one. And Riot is a Bitcoin sympathy stock. I've traded it in the past, but I don't typically like to. So it's not a high volume, low float stock. So I think I'll pass on that one. CLSK, light volume, larger float. No thanks. ACXP has a low float. It has high volume, but it's trading below the volume weighted average price. And on the larger time frame, you can see it's given back most of its move. This is a really ugly hourly time frame here. So I'm going to say no on that one also. And the last leading gapper up 4% is light on volume, high float. Probably doesn't look too good. No, I'm not going to trade that one. So I've only got one stock, possibly two. Over here on the high of day momentum scanner, we had CMAX, which we just looked at. East popped up for a second. I thought maybe there was something there, but then the volume was super light on it. On a cheap stock like that, that's way too light, and I'm not interested. And it gave back most of its move, so none of that. So then we're stuck with FEMY and MNTS, possibly. And I don't really like MNTS. Maybe we'll take a look at it. So I'll go over here to the main screen. Okay, so, and look at FEMY. Now I traded this one first thing this morning. I traded it back here on this little breakout down into here. We had this nice little tightening range, and so it was really light on volume. I wasn't sure about it, So I got in it with a really wide stop loss in case it were to drop down, but this is a really, really nice pattern. You hear me talk about these a lot. And so I got in it even though it was light volume, and we made a nice break, and I sold up into this push and made, you know, $50. And then I bought this little pullback here, sold it real quick, made another $10. So that put me up 60 on that. And so now, you know, yeah, if I had held it, I could have done so much better, but I don't like holding pre-market because you have to sit here the whole time and just babysit it because I don't have a stop loss. So this is a nice breakout. We pulled back to the EMA, bounced off of it several times here. Now, one thing I noticed on this one is, well, at least on Friday when we were trading, when it was making its move, is that it would break down. It would have false breakouts in both directions, like this one here. And this was a really, really nice pattern, I thought, right here. But it was a little, you know, choppy because look how we broke the low of this higher low right here. We were trying to tighten up, bear break, but the bulls bought the dip. And so then it came back for another higher low. And we were looking for a breakout on this pattern over this line and trying. And here's another false. Well, this one is okay, but look at these the false breakdown, false break up. So this one is a little on the tricky side. It did end up making a nice breakout there. And then this candle pulled back into this support, previous resistance, now support area. That's nice. And then what did it do? So it came back into that area, dropped below it. This was nice here. Dropped below the volume weighted average price, came back up above. And then back tested the volume weighted average price, a series of inside bars, and then the breakout over this level. And then if you'd missed this trade, if you didn't get in it when it broke, you could have waited for this candle to pull back and jump in it there. And then a nice break over this high. And then it pulls back to that level again. You could jump in it again, and a nice break over this high. So it did make some good moves, but this one here, you know, you have these tightening bars like this. And it did have that bear break, but it also had a bull break. So that's something to keep in mind if you trade this one today. I know that I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Looking for those sudden drops and bulls buying the dip. This was nice. This is another one of those. Came down, little loop-de-loop, and came back, and then up she went. Beautiful breakout here. All right, so I'm running out of time. I guess I better take a look at the larger time frame on this. Hourly candles here with upper wicks, lower wicks too. But it looks like for the moment we've broken out of this pattern as we've broken the high of that line. We'll see if this hourly candle also ends up with a higher wick. We have a resistance up here at 430, and we have ourselves a 15-minute uptrend. So our higher low is here. There's a trough here. Another support zone there. Another one there. There's a lot of lines on this one. I don't want to get too carried away, but these are all levels to possibly be watching on any kind of pullback. Okay, so and then MNTS, this is the reason why I brought this one up, is because we have on this larger time frame, we have this tightening range. Whoa, why is my line so big? Well, if you're on a cell phone, you can see that. So I'd be looking for a pullback. I mean, it's an extended tightening range, you know, but it's a triangle pattern. That is crazy, man. I'm gonna make that smaller. But yeah, anyways, so you get the idea. That's kind of why I'm thinking of watching this one, just to see what happens with it. But I don't know if I'll trade it. It's definitely gonna have to have more volume come into it. 15-minute time frame. No, I'm just gonna be watching the hourly. If we start to pull back, I might watch a smaller time frame to see when we get trend changes and stuff. It's a nice inside bar breakout on that 15-minute. Okay, so I've got some levels marked out. Now I'll go to the smaller time frame. The 5-minute, we have ourselves an uptrend. So I'll put a support line down here. Our volume weighted average price is up above that. I think that's it for me on the support levels. And we'll come back and revisit this one in a couple of minutes to see where might be a good spot to trade it at the open. This one, yeah, like I said, watching the hourly. So the 5-minute and 1-minute don't mean a lot to me on this one right now because the volume is so light. So now 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go. Okay. What is the overall market doing? Let me see. On last week, we had ourselves a Doge candle, kind of one of those spinning type candles, monthly consolidation. So the weekly downtrend, we were looking for that weekly bottom to be in, and we're looking for that bounce on the weekly. Watching the 4-hour time frame for that, we lost our 4-hour uptrend. Looks like, well, still have a higher low. Well, it's a double bottom. Yeah, so we have a double bottom down here. So we haven't technically lost our uptrend, but we have a tightening range here. We had this uptrend and then a tightening range. Okay, tightening range on the 4-hour. Daily time frame, our bounce was underway, but we pulled back. Did we lose our hourly uptrend? Yeah. We had a higher low, higher high, lower low. We don't have an hourly downtrend yet, but we have lost the hourly uptrend. And that's normal when you have a pullback on the daily to see that hourly trend change. Okay. So is that as much bounce as we're going to get on this daily? I don't know. Making a move to $4.30. Larger time frame again. I don't know on this one. We've been moving up and up and up here. I'm trying to think of where I might want to trade it. And if I don't know, then I probably won't. Real quick, Gamebook rules. This is my P&L. So on my Gamebook rules, I'm done if I hit my max loss of $200. I'm done if I give back half of my profit after hitting my daily goal. I'm done if I go from green to red, and then I also can't take more than 2 positions to start the day. Can't take more positions than my max loss would allow for. I've written software to tell me when I've hit my max loss. There will be an audible alert, so if I hit it, then I will stop, so I'll have no more of these big red days. Okay, 10 seconds till the market opens. Good luck. I think I'll watch FEMY here for an entry, but I don't know that I'll jump in it right away. There the market's open. This is one of the few times that I didn't jump into a trade right away. And the reason I didn't jump into this is because we are a bit extended. We've been moving up for the last few candles on that 5-minute. It just seems a little risky to me. I should mark out this level here and this level here now. So we did kind of pull back to there. Lots of lines on this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I accidentally did that. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to take a trade. That was a good trade, but I didn't mean to do it. Made another 10 bucks. Wow. Wish I would have held it. So there's our break of the resistance of pre-market. That hourly time frame. It was a nice break. So we had our pullback, but I didn't jump into that. That was the pullback there. That 1 minute candle is only halfway through. And another $10. So I'm up $80 on the day. Gosh, this one, I'm just worried about it whipping down. I'm going to wait for a good setup before I jump back in it. Scalp trades are okay, but eventually you take a loss on scalps. So we've got our EMA here. Could have bought that at the EMA. This level down here. I'll just take that profit. So that was another $20. So now I'm up about 100. I didn't trust that not to drop down further. So that was a nice pullback to this area. And the EMA. This one is trying to break out here, but there's no volume there. So the market's making its move up. RIVN here. Candle ranges pretty wide. 30-cent candle ranges. You have a few stocks on the scanner. SOXL, NKLA. I took some losses on RIVN the other day when I tried to trade this, so that's why I just didn't jump in it right away. FEMA is kind of bouncing off of the support. Okay, I'm going to just take the profit there. So now that does put me up over 100. Nice. Nice move on FEMY. So we have a high up here of 445. RIVN there. I'm going to see if it'll bounce off of the volume weighted average price. There it is. Sold it there real quick. I bought FEMY as it pulled back and tried to sell it real fast as it broke the high of this candle, but that was a break-even trade. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not? Mara was on the Gap scan this morning. I don't really trade Mara. It's like everything's kind of pulling back now. RIVN is really making some nice moves. So I'm in RI or FEMY off of the volume weighted average price. One time right there as it drops below. You hear that warning? Just shut it down now. My maximum loss. Oh no. All right. So that's the alert system that I set up to tell me that if I hit my max loss, I have to stop trading. So, and that's what I did. I was up 150 at one point, and actually I think I broke my rule that I'm supposed to stop if I go from green to red. I forgot about the rule. Anyway, so this is why I set this up, because lately I've been struggling a little bit, and so I thought, well, it's a good idea for me to avoid these kind of big days. So if I have, you know, one of these days where things aren't working for me, then I'll just quit while I'm only down a little bit. So that worked out pretty well. So I'm down negative $230 today. And that's my low of day. My high of day was 153. So it's another red day, but it's a manageable one. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's much better than these back here. So that's okay. Red days are expected. They happen. I think where it went wrong for me is I was trying to trade FEMY up into this area looking for further breakout, and it was just not giving it to me and pulling back. Nice trades though on RIVN. So that's going to do it for me. And it was unfortunate that it didn't work for me here off of the volume weighted average price. Now, FEMY, from what we saw yesterday, we did see it pulling back below those support levels and then breaking back out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it break out here off of $4 and make its move back up. And that's a nice looking move here on RIVN. Volume looks good. All right, well, RIVN is coming down more. So there's a break through the lows of those two candles. Maybe that's where it bounces. You have a low of day down here. Well, it was a bit of a struggle to make profit on this one, on this move up. I noticed I kept taking break-even trades on it. It was very hard to scalp. So that's FEMY. So there's our breakout. That was a bear break, bull break on that. Right below the volume weighted average price. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go. This looks like a nice move here on RIVN. Tightening up on Mara. So I think if I was still trading, I'd be waiting for this break through 416. And I'd put my stop loss down here at the low. So we didn't really get the break there. Equilibrium set up here on RIVN. At your high, low, lower high. Looking for a higher low. Mara with a 1 minute trend change, and same with RIVN, but we're both coming down to that volume weighted average price, so we might see it bounce there. You could see this one bounce also. So that was the trough on the 5 minute. So you see that we had that kind of equilibrium set up here and the breakout over this trough level. I'll draw a line on it. You had your move up, and there's a red candle down, and then this move up, and then those little pullback, and then the breakout happened. So where I put my line is right here. Whoops. Where that breakout happened. Now I want to go see if we're bouncing from that level. So far we are. So yeah, we're bouncing off of that line so far. Everybody's kind of bouncing at the same time. RIVN, not really so much yet. We tried here on this candle, but now it's coming down further. This one looks like maybe, what's the market doing? Market's pulling back. SPY. 5-minute time frame. Looking for a higher low on that 5-minute. Good level in the market down here for a bounce. So everybody's kind of coming back to their support levels. RIVN just kind of broke right through its support level of the volume weighted average price, but Mara so far holding. Stock market SPY is bouncing off of that level. So after this much pullback, we are due for a bounce on FEMY. But keep in mind, this could be a bear flag right here. Mara coming back up for a back test of that level. So it's a 1-minute downtrend. And the market still bouncing off of that, giving back a little. Nice break there on Mara through that previous support. Okay. Everybody's bouncing at the same time. What are some of the other leading tickers doing, like QQQ? Oh boy, QQQ really made a nice move there. Well, let's see what that looks like on the larger time frame. So it hasn't pulled back nearly as far, but made a really big move up. Hourly time frame, 4-hour time frame. So we are holding the support. Go back to SPY real quick. SPY so far holding that hourly double bottom here. So we haven't technically lost our uptrend yet. Well, it's just tightening up. Just sideways trading. Getting a little bit of follow through on that bounce, but rejecting off of the 200 moving average. Our leading gappers. This is a nice setup here. So this is what I would be looking for if I was still trading. You had your move down, a little move up, a little pullback. Now you want to see the breakout over the top of this level. So this one actually did this a lot yesterday. And now it's trying to do it again. Starting to break there. It's a 5-minute inside bar. So had you gotten in when it broke out over this level, and you put your stop loss down here at the low. Keeping in mind the market overall is still pulling back. It's lost that support level. All the stocks in the market tend to move together, but sometimes you'll get a stray. Maybe FEMY is a stray today. Maybe it'll do its own thing. Time will tell. Breaking the low of day on RIVN. Mara, plenty of room to pull back and form a higher low on that 5-minute time frame. There goes FEMY, continuing its move. And also FEMY chops around a lot. It takes a while to get going. Struggling right here at $4. So there's a nice pullback area on Mara. RIVN. SPY. Woo, big drop. Lost that support, kept going. We're tanking a little bit here. Yeah, that hourly time frame. That looks like something that's going to keep going, doesn't it? Looks like we have a lower high and bears going for a lower low. Bulls want to see us hold that support of 425.91. Mara double top. 2 5-minute candles topping out at 407. It's the line in the sand. Also, you have the volume weighted average price over top. Right now, we're coming back and back testing that 395 level that we broke out over. Mara bouncing off of that support. The market itself came down to its low of day, broke through it. Bulls bought the dip. There's your low of day on that first 1-minute candle. We broke through it. Now bulls bought the dip off of that. Moving up now. So you notice how everything kind of bounces at the same time. This is starting to fail here, but we'll see if it holds up. We do have a trending line right there. So far, bulls are holding the support of that line. MNTS is hitting the scanner. Nice breakout on it. Pulls back to the volume weighted average price. Now up she goes. Nice volume. No news, but that's okay. Big breakout. It's a technical breakout on the hourly time frame here with that tightening range. Wasn't this the one that was on the gap scan that I was watching? Yeah, it is. And it didn't have volume to start the day. Really, so it did end up doing its thing. So that that hourly time frame that we were watching, it ended up working out really nice. Awesome. When did the volume come in? I want to see on the 1 minute time frame. Started to come in here. That's not bad. Almost 100,000 shares. It really came in here as we broke out over that high of yesterday of 247. That's when the volume really came in right there, and then we back tested that. But it started coming in on this move up. Oh, over here, FEMY. I don't know. It's looking good for that move, that next leg up. It held that line coming up. Yeah, nice bounces off of support there. Nice bounce on SPY. Off of that low of day. Still have a 5-minute inside bar on this one, but we've tightened up enough here now. It looks like we're about to break. See if we can get above that resistance in the volume weighted average price. Yeah, there it goes. So it broke above it just a little bit, pulling back now. Go, go, go. And then MNTS here. Another breakout on that one. Rejecting from $3. So we only broke by a few pennies, got rejected off of the volume weighted average price. Pretty hard rejection. But it's still an inside bar on that 5-minute time frame. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been here for a half hour now. I'm already at my max loss. I'm down $230. My software that I wrote really does work pretty well. I mean, it gave me the alert, told me that I was at my max loss, so I didn't have to keep an eye on my profit, and I just knew. So I knew that I could shut down my system, and that I'm breaking down now. So thanks for watching, and remember, I will not be here tomorrow, but I will see you back here on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you again.